Yo yo yo! Here I'm back. This time with more Fallout 4. I guess some people enjoyed like the video I did, the fucking long video I did on the original first Fallout trailer that came out not too long ago actually. And now we actually have gameplay, like gameplay demos from the Bethesda E3 showcase thing. And I'm going to do my I'm gonna give my 2 cents on that again, because we saw a lot about the game, like unexpectedly many things. I think personally, like I didn't expect them to show this much. I personally expected like a second trailer, like in the vein of like the first trailer actually, not the first Fallout 4 trailer, like more like the first Fallout 3 trailer, where you have like a mix of story bits and stuff and gameplay. That's what I expected. But we actually got some story and a lot of gameplay in this thing. So I'm watching the video back right as I'm speaking, so let's just get some things out of the way. So the first thing we see is basically like the character creator, where you design your character, and it's basically like apparently your choice of who you play depends on you basically either the husband or the wife of a couple. Yeah, that's what they show. So you can either play as the woman or the man, but you're like married. So that's one element. And then the thing, so character creator, my brother pointed out, and I can't actually confirm this because I never like played that game, but he said, wow, this shit looks like the fucking Sims, like how you create and customize your character. Maybe the funny thing is, like, I have even this picture, maybe if I remember I will put this in, where someone compared the graphics, the new like colorful graphics of Fallout 4 to the Sims. So that's kind of ironic, I guess. So what to say? I mean, like, the characters talk. We kind of expected that. We heard a character talk, like in the one trailer, like, let's go, pal. Like, it has almost become a fucking meme now. And yeah, the characters fucking talk, and they talk extensively. We have both of them talk with each other. We have them talking to the Mr. Handy robot, like they have in their home. We see the guy talk to the Vault-Tec representative, and yeah, all kinds of stuff. Even like we have like him commenting, or like I don't remember if it was in his mind or like he spoke out loud, but he comments on stuff like on the table, on the sugar bombs on the table. He says stuff about that. Oh, sugar bombs, you know. Yeah, that's it continues like later in the trailer, where he meets the Mr. Handy again after the story, where we see like the new like conversation system, where it's almost like Mass Effect like now, where it jumps in perspective and stuff, and your new way of speaking is basically like you have these 4 vague answers, and that's how your character interacts, and I fucking hate those. Like, let alone the fact that the character talks, which I find like in the it didn't expect this amount of talking. Like, we have a preset character now, basically. Like, his attitude is defined. I guess we can choose some of the actions, but like the attitude of the character, the general basis of what our character is predefined. He has a family, he has a wife, he has certain ways he interacts with them. It's all like, I mean, they said like you could shoot the Mr. Handy guy, but I mean, like, he has a certain attitude that's just set in stone now. He has a voice, he has an attitude, and those things you can't change, you know? And then like the new way you're talking now, you have these vague statements. I'm going to look up what like the example is. You still here? Where's it? Where's the shit? 1 second. Jesus, go faster. it's very Mass Effect like. So here you have these vague statements like 200 years, that's impossible, answer me and I feel fine. Thing is, he doesn't say 200 years question mark when you actually select that answer, and he will actually like talk a whole lot more. And I hate that. I hated that in Mass Effect. I hated that in every other game who did this kind of stuff, because I want to have exact control over what my character is saying. It reminds me almost of like, that's the only game I can relate to where I actually fucking played it. In LA Noire, which is a bit different, but it gets down to the same point, where you select one of these vague options. Like in LA Noire, you have like truth, doubt, and lie, and you think like, I will choose doubt, and then he fucking flips his shit and like screams at like the people you're talking to, and I feel like this is going to be the fucking same thing, because it was the same in Mass Effect and similar games, where you just don't have any real control anymore over what your character's actually saying. The way like Fallout 3, New Vegas, and like every Fallout game before this one did it, where you actually have like exactly what you're going to say in like the speech bar or conversation menu or whatever you want to call it down below. I like that way more, so I have way more control. I can you just get way more into the character and like my exact wording of things. Now I probably feel like I have no control over how this fucking character acts. I can't decide his attitude, and I can't even really pick how I'm going to say or talk to people. Really, really terrible in my opinion. Like, of course, not everyone will hate this. Like, probably a lot of people will like this. I think this is so. For me personally, it will kill a huge part of the role-playing aspect of the game. Maybe it's just because I'm like a guy who comes from like playing D&D. Like I'm an old school like pen and paper kind of guy, where you do a lot with your imagination, and maybe that's outdated in this modern like in modern gaming and stuff. Like, people just want to have shit presented to them, like in a movie or like in more cinematic games. But I have no problem with just thinking of a concept for my character and just having all these things open to me, like how I want to go about my character and how he acts and how he does things. That adds a whole lot of fucking replay value for me personally. And cars are driving around outside. I don't know what's up today, like a million fucking cars driving. I'm not even like next to a busy road. It's just, you don't care. Okay. Yeah, so that I think the scene with the Vortex Rim Resonance was actually kind of cool, like just to see how like people acted before the war. It's almost kind of bewildering, to be honest. Then we see the menu. I feel like I'm all over the place, but I'm just going about this like how you see things in this trailer. You have the new menu, and it didn't have a color change like some people expected that the new game will have a blue HUD. No, it doesn't. It's green again, but a more bright green, which I guess fits in with the whole theme of having things more bright and vibrant. I don't want to sound so negative, but I just couldn't it have been a bit more subdued or something. But I guess this is nitpicking, so who gives a fuck? I guess I will get used to it. Like the baby, like interesting thing that you can like choose so many names. That's a cool thing that they actually put the effort in, so that at least your choice of name will be integrated into the gameplay a bit. Blah blah blah. So then the vault, then like the whole war starts. Cool scene. We already had that. And then you go into the vault, and apparently, so you're going to play the same guy. Sorry, I'm just fucking up right now. You're going to play the same guy you were at the beginning. So the whole theory about you being like frozen or whatever they used to preserve your fucking body and mind, was true. So we'll play the same guy, like a pre-war male, like, and that's I like that idea. That will be pretty interesting. I think personally. Also because they will, I think, do a whole lot more with that. I mean, your backstories in the previous games didn't really matter. I mean, like, okay, in the first and second one they did matter, but in Fallout 3, I mean, okay, they started the quest, but actually you coming from a vault, aside from a few characters mentioning it, was kind of irrelevant, to be honest. And the courier with his path, which is pretty fucking open, didn't matter too, really. So this is going to be like in the game. This is a whole lot more cinematic game. I noticed we have like almost actual cutscenes and more scripted talking events and stuff, and like the whole way like the dialogue is now presented. So it's a whole lot more cinematic in a way. And so maybe when our character talks, he will like express what like the vault, like the Fallout 3 like menu, not menu, and you know, like the booklet you got with the game, the strategy. It's not a strategy guide, like the real, like, I can't think of the fucking word now. The little book you get with the game. Sorry. Had that in it, like with adjusting to the outside world and stuff. That might be interesting to see, like how this guy copes with seeing like his whole neighborhood and previous life in fucking ruins. So that might be interesting if they do anything particularly with that. Your child, I mean, that will play into it. Like you have a little baby, so it's a child. I mean, like, is your baby gone? Would that be the story? Like your son has flown from the world and shit, or your baby was kidnapped and you're going to go look for it? I don't know. It's really kind of an interesting idea. Like, just, can your spouse even be alive in like this 200-year setting? Because I would think like if your significant other didn't die, how would it make sense that the woman goes out and like whatever makes you go out of the world, like alone, because it seems like you're going out alone. Whatever makes you go out, how would it make sense that the woman goes out? Because we have a universe with basically like 1950s value system. I mean, okay, of course it has way less racism. The Fallout universe had way less racism. But it quite essentially has the value system of the 1950s. So how would it make sense that like not the husband goes out but the woman? So I think if your spouse is alive, that didn't make much sense. So they will probably have to kill off the other partner. Then we see like gameplay and the universe, like the whole graphics and stuff. And let's be honest, I mean, graphics, a lot of people complain about the fucking graphics. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about the graphics? I mean, there's some stuff I would have liked to seen better, and I mean the facial animations are now a lot better than I actually originally expected from the game. They're not great, let's just be honest, they're not that good, but they're better. And because I don't really care about the graphics in Fallout games, this looks kind of beautiful. Like the other games look beautiful, with the whole, like this environment looks good to me. Like it's not top notch, but it's good enough. It's like a step up from the last game. And yeah, facial animations are a bit better, so I can't complain about the graphics too much, to be honest. Like I think it looks pretty good, pretty beautiful. Like the destroyed world and stuff. It has the same graphical charm as Fallout 3 had, I think. Still not a fan of the bright colors, to be honest. Or the old jumpsuit. It's just I'm not a fan. And I just have to mention it now that I'm seeing it. Is this guy not like fucking what's his name? What's his face? From Mafia 2, the main character, Vito Scaletto or something. I think they look pretty fucking similar, like the Italian guy. Maybe you're Mafia, maybe you're a mob guy. I don't think so. I'm just joking. See the whole conversation with the robot, and then it goes on, and he meets the dog. How he meets the dog is almost like it was in Fallout 3, Like, just, you find this dog just out about in the waste, and then, hey buddy, wanna come along? And yes, okay, we're now like best friends forever. Almost like an interesting nod to the other games. Is it stupid? Yes. Would I have liked to see something better, like a little quest concerning like you getting the dog? Yeah, but I guess they want you to, if this is actually like how you get the dog in a game, they want you to like get the dog as soon as possible, because they have actually done something I like mentioned in the last thing. They gave him they integrated him better into the gameplay and shit and stuff. So you can actually send him to things and let him pick up certain objects. So he's a lot more integrated into the whole system. I just hope there are other companions too. So yeah, I like what they did with the dog. Like, you have like your buddy, your pal. You can go out and about in the wasteland with, and he will bite them meanies. Sorry. What else? Just skipping through it now. Then we have the guns, like the redesign of the mole rats, by the way, is cool, so that they come out of the ground. Same goes for like the rat scorpions and some part of the gameplay, that actually come out of the ground. Like that would scare the shit out of me. Or the fucking like mosquito thing that fucking bites you and your blood splashes out of your fucking torso. That's like, the creatures seem to be a lot more intimidating now, which I find pretty good. Like they don't seem more they seem less like puppets now. They seem like actual animals with like certain aspects of the actual animal, which I find that's great. Here's the thing about the weapons. Nitpicky, I guess, but I just think it's a bit laziness. Like in all the menus you see, when you see like items and inventory stuff, you have like the guns as their 3D models in your Pip-Boy and stuff. Why are you too fucking lazy to draw like the Vault Boy icon and shit for the thing? I mean, it's a little thing, but it just, personally for me, helped with the atmosphere of like having the Pip-Boy like with the icons and stuff. But now in turn you have like 8-bit games in your Pip-Boy, which totally fucking misses the era. I mean, one of the most modern, like, it even contradicts fucking canon. I mean, like, we had the prototype of a game in Fallout 3, which was the Grognak the Barbarian text adventure, and that seemed to be like the first step at actually developing video games in the Fallout universe. But now you have like fucking Donkey Kong with Vault Boy on your Pip-Boy, which I find fucking retarded. Which is not in this trailer actually, which I feel like the IGN trailer. I'm going to mention like different things which are not in the trailer you're seeing right now, because I can't find them, won't find them, I don't know. It's just to have something visual for you. Then we see some shots of the like surrounding areas and how does the wasteland of Boston actually look. It looks cool. Pretty swampy, like reminds me of Point Lookout, which again was my fucking favorite add-on DLC. Looks pretty cool. I didn't know like that Boston. I didn't think like Boston had like fucking swamps and stuff. Also like the what's it called? The quarry looks pretty cool. Like apparently like raiders run quarries now, or like have holdouts on quarries. But like the whole area around like the city looks pretty fucking beautiful to me. I think they're like the design is pretty top notch. The city again, like we see this shot of a city where it just walks down the street, also fucking beautiful. Like this really looks beautiful. I just love the design. That I get these like East Coast vibes, like the suburbs of DC we had in Fallout 3. Like I really like those. When we get to like the Scrap Town stuff, I think it looks too generic again. Like it's just generic-y apocalypse stuff. But I guess it's just one settlement really, so it's okay. It's like Megaton 2.0, so who gives a shit? I can tolerate that. Yeah. Going through the trailer. And yeah, he's at the last scene, it's basically him standing on top of some kind of high building. So, yeah, skyscrapers, it is true. That's good. So, some other things they mentioned. So, they made a whole big deal about the Pip-Boy and shit. How it's now different, new, but you can all, like, they animated stuff in the Pip-Boy, which I think is a good idea. Sorry, I was interrupted there. So, where was I? Yeah, the Pip-Boy. So they animated icons in it, which I really like. Like, that makes the whole thing a bit more interesting. That's what they said, what the reason is, and I think that succeeds. Again, icons for the weapons, I find that is lazy. Just draw fucking icons for it. Like, why just put in these ugly fucking... Maybe they will make it a bit more pretty. Like, why put in the ugly fucking 3D renders of the guns? I don't know. Doesn't fit in with my sensibilities. Didn't hear much about the radio, which I think is bad. Like, they put Atom Bomb Baby into this, so on my other channel I actually have that uploaded, so I'm cashing in major views now, bitch. Sorry. Atom Bomb Baby is a great song, by the way. By the 5 Stars, I think. Yeah, the 5 Stars. More. Oh yeah, they showcased the whole thing, which they basically directly ripped from a fucking mod. I guess that's nothing new with Fallout, but or with Bethesda in general. But I forget what the mod is actually called. Like, sorry, Wasteland Settlement or something like that. I'm gonna Google it quickly. Wasteland Settlement. Mod Fallout. Here, real-time settler. It's a mod for Fallout, and they basically like ripped that off straight. So you can build like your own base. You can start to build your own house. You can scrap shit, which looks retarded in some instances, where you like scrap a whole house in a millisecond. I wouldn't have done the thing with like houses, like. Not that quickly, at least. It looks retarded. Maybe they will kind of like work on that, because I'm scrapping a whole house. Like I'm scrapping a whole city now, like in an instant. I don't know. So you can scrap stuff, and from the scrap you can make all these. They have this like this. The word fails me now. This pretty like major. Crafting system, this intricate crafting system, sorry. We can craft all kind of shit, like weapons. They have like 1 million weapons and mods and stuff you can craft, which is cool. And then you can build your own house, which is cool. Like, it looks a bit generic-y apocalypse stuff with the wooden and shit, but at least you can do it. I mean, it's cool. Like, they built that. It reminds me of the Heartfire thing for Skyrim, or again, real-time settler. So you can build the house, but the thing that makes it, like, and you can even place stuff which looks exactly like in Real-Time Settler, and then you can like build almost a whole community around it. You can like hire guards, build defense stuff, and probably fiends, raiders, whatever they call it here, will attack your settlement, your house. You can have traders, caravans and stuff, and you can build multiple of these in like the wasteland and have caravans run across them, and basically build your own caravan company, like the Crimson Caravan, or like the caravan like Rosa Sharon Cassidy had in New Vegas. And that's cool, man. You have this whole merchant system now. I guess it sounds a bit more, I guess it will be way more basic than they made it sound. But it's a cool mechanic. I mean, it gives you more to do if you play a lot of the game, which, let's face the facts, a lot of people, me included, put a whole lot of fucking hours into games like Fallout and Skyrim. So this just adds a whole new level of making money and giving you stuff to do, and like building your weapons, building your house, building your settlements, running caravans, protecting them. Will be pretty fucking cool, I think. So, did I forget to mention anything? I'm just skipping through the trailer again. No, so let me summarize it. A lot of the gameplay changes, like how they did VODs, or VATS, Voltec Assistant Targeting System, whatever. Like how they did VATS, sorry. How the graphic looks, how they improved on animations. I like that. I think it looks good. Like, it has a lot of the Fallout 3 atmosphere that I liked. It's still a bit too colorful, not as extreme as I was expecting in the beginning, like from the first trailer, so it's a bit better, but still too fucking colorful. Just tone it down a bit, and I mean not make the game fucking gray and boring, I mean just a bit more understated, if you know what I mean, if you get my gist. But the weapon system, like, or how the monsters and creatures look, all pretty cool. Conversation system, and that your character now talks, I think is horrible. I can't like choose a lesser word. I think it's horrible. Destroys a whole lot of the gameplay elements for me personally. Really not a fan. Yeah, and the whole backstory stuff, I will have to see, because we don't know about it too much. What they did with the dog, I like. More integrated into the gameplay. They totally like hammered in that he's your buddy now, and I think that's fine. Yeah, like the dog thing we had in Fallout 3, and a lot of people liked it, like a boy and his dog, and what's not to like? I mean, you probably have the option of just fucking killing him or not taking him at all, so improving on his gameplay aspects don't like hinder the game, so why would anyone complain? Yeah. Music also good. So just summarizing it, they improved on a lot of things the previous games should have. Like the previous game didn't have. Like, it looks better, probably feels better to play, but the whole role-playing element and story elements will probably, or I think from what I see, like have been made a bit more shitty or killed off in some aspects. So it's totally a mixed fucking bag. It's probably the most mixed bag game I've seen in a whole long time. At least since GTA 5. But GTA 5 was a lot more clear for me. So let's see what like story and stuff is, and if the main character's attitude and stuff are interesting. We will see what the future holds. Again, I'll say that. So let's look out. And can someone stop the fucking motorbikes outside? Sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, if you have some comments and ideas about this game, Jesus, it's just annoying, then leave them down in the comment box below. I'll be happy to engage. Let's prepare for the future. Terrible joke again.